guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Janelle. This will be my first video here on YouTube. I'll be basically telling you guys a little bit more about myself, how I ended up pregnant at 14 years old, only 14 years old. I have two kids at the moment right now. One is 6 years old and the other one is 2 years old. Boy, the oldest, and the girl will be the smallest one. Basically, I ended up pregnant 14 years old. I gave labor for my son 1 week before I turned 15. It was not easy. It was hard. It was different from other people at my age. Like, I live a different life than other people. There was no college, there was no parties, there was no having fun with drinking with friends or anything like that. I had to mature a little bit more once I turned 15. It was more of drama with family, meeting a different heritage from my own family. My baby daddy is Ecuadorian. So it's a little bit more different than Mexicans, and how they live, as well. So it was a lot to go through. I did have my second one around 18 years old, and it was hard. I am still with the father of my baby through ups and downs. We were able to basically shut everybody up. I am grateful for him just because he did help me out a lot. It wasn't the type of father that I told I was pregnant and right away I said, no, that's not my baby. I'm grateful that he was actually involved a little bit more, even though we were both young. We both dropped out in high school. He ended up going to military school to get his GED. I was in a Catholic school at the moment when I was pregnant. When I found out I was pregnant, freshman year, I finished freshman year, had my baby, and then wasn't able to attend sophomore year at all. It was just hard. So I ended up dropping out. And with time, I think it was 2 years ago, I attended Richard J. Daley College. And I attended with my dad and ended up graduating with my dad and got my GED, finished that, basically high school. And yeah, after that, it's been a tough road. It's been on and off with the father of my kids. It's been crazy. We've been through hell and back. We are only 21 years old and probably been through a lot that a lot of people don't go through at 21 years old. We do have some friends that have kids as well, but it's way different from our story just because he is a different heritage than I am. And I do not live with my parents whatsoever. We bought our home, our first home, once we were 20 years old. So it was a lot of drama, a lot of people hating, a lot of people that wished a lot of bad stuff on us, said we weren't gonna last, saying that a lot of stuff that people don't say. And it's hard because hate comes from a lot of people, but it's hard because it comes from mostly the people that are close to you, which is family. My mom and my dad, they didn't really get along with him, obviously, because he ended up getting me pregnant at 14 years old. But through time, they understood that, you know what, he's gonna take care of me, he's taking care of my kids, our kids, and it was gonna work for the best. Like I said, I am 21. We got our home once we were 20. It was a big process. Long process. We were renting at first. We were trying to see how it's gonna work out, how it is living together, because having kids together, obviously, okay, it's a big step forward as it is, but living with someone else, it's about finding out what they don't do, what they do, what they were taught at their home. My boyfriend did not do a lot just because of his mom. his mom usually basically, and their heritage is the woman has to do everything. They took care more of the men. In my home, both my mom and my dad worked. So I basically took care and was in charge of my little brother since they had him. So once I did get pregnant, it wasn't really that hard, just because I took care of my little sister and my little brother when they were little. I knew how to change diapers, I knew how to feed them, so it wasn't that hard. The only thing that was really hectic was, I believe, the labor for my first child, just because it's a lot to go through. It's so hard for a 14-year-old, not thinking that if my son goes through that, I don't know how. I can't think about it. So it is hard. If you are 14, if you are 13 years old and you're pregnant, don't worry, you'll get through it. Even 16, it's hard, and it's a lot of stuff that you're gonna have to learn. People are gonna bring you down, but it's okay. Just keep your head up. Look at us now. We're here. We don't like to brag about the stuff that we got, but we're financially stable. We're in a good spot that we made a lot of people shut up, which is what your goal should be. I actually wanted to do with time. I was more interested in doing YouTube videos, just because I'm more a stay-at-home mom at the moment. My boyfriend does work 2 jobs, 1 full-time, 1 part-time. It is kind of hard not seeing him a lot, but there's a lot of things that we went through that we wanted to share with you guys, as well as funny moments, parenting 101, basically. There's not a lot of really rules about parenting. It's more as you go, more as you learn. Once you have your first kid, obviously you're more stricter because it's your first kid. But once you have your second, you know shortcuts, you know how to do stuff, you know what brands to use and stuff like that. So yeah, it was more of like learning as you go, more of like the experiences. I got more into YouTube just because of the passion that I have for makeup. And basically my story, because of how crazy it is, a lot of people tell me that it's basically like a novela. If you're not Mexican, novela is like TV series. We'll go with that. But yeah, we have a lot of ups and downs. We had a lot of drama, we had a lot of action going on, and it's interesting. So a lot of people told me, you know what, you should do a YouTube video. So I'm like, let me think about it, let me see how it goes. And because yeah, it's a lot. I recently quit my job, and I wanted to see how this would work out, give this a little bit of a shot, involve my kids a little bit in it, just because of so much stuff going on in the world with a lot of people. A lot of people do get pregnant at an early age, a lot of girls, and they don't really know what to do. They don't know what's next. They don't know how their life is gonna be, that it's expecting them. So I want to put this video up on the internet and let other girls see it, so they know what's coming, what to do, what to expect, and yeah, just basically kind of guide them to the right road, because it's a lot of bumps that's gonna come through, but you guys can get through it. You guys are strong. I know you guys are. And yeah, let's get started with a little bit more about myself. After we bought the house, we were okay, we were great. We were excited. Through time, we had some tenants, since we do rent the second floor for help. We had some bad experience with it. And 20 years old, you don't know what the heck to do. Nobody really taught you legal problems or legal issues of how to handle stuff when you do have problems like that. So it was a lot to learn. But yeah, we're here today just because we kept our head up. because of our kids. Being a teen mom is hard. It is hard to try to get makeup on, to do your hair, to do all this stuff and focus basically on you. A lot of people don't realize that it takes a lot of time to dedicate to your kids. They want to go outside and play. They need to focus on school. You need to take them here and there, here and there. So basically, I took my passion for makeup out after I had my second baby. After I had my second baby, my daughter, I still wanted to do some YouTube videos, and I did some videos here and there, but I never uploaded them. Till now, my son is going back to school. My daughter is growing up. She's about to be 3. So she's at the stage that's more calmer, that she could do more stuff by asking me, not really 24/7 around her. So I wanted to focus on me for a little bit, focus on my passion, which is makeup, making people laugh, giving some advice, just because not a lot of people out there have a lot of friends like me. Don't have a lot of friends, don't really have people to talk to or just hear some advice to. But yeah, growing up, obviously I was pregnant early age, so I lost a lot of friends just because they were off to college and I was off to Toys R Us and Babies R Us buying Pampers and toys. So obviously it was a lot different, a lot to get used to, but it was a lot to get used to, but we made it work. We're here today, and hopefully you guys subscribe, get to hear a little bit more about our stories coming up, see our life, how it is, and yeah. So please subscribe, like this video, share with your friends. I will be making some makeup looks soon. Just giving this a try, introducing myself first, see how this goes, and you'll be seeing more of me shortly. Bye.